here we are at episode 107, kicking the week off the way we know how, which is with the Raw review, but this time with twice as much gluten. What matches happened?
We had Sasha Banks and Paige defeat Charlotte and Dana Brooke.
Yes!
We had Titus O'Neil defeat Rusev.
Fuck. Way to bring it down real quick.
We had Seth Rollins defeat John Cena.
Alright, I'll take it.
We had Enzo and Cass defeat Jobbers. There were Jobbers on Raw.
What? Ryback wasn't involved.
We had Kane defeat The Miz. We had Apollo Crews and Cesaro defeat Alberto Del Rio and Sheamus. And then we had Dean Ambrose defeat AJ Styles. A very interesting episode of Raw.
Yeah.
Starting off with Seth Rollins talking about Roman Reigns' suspension.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I love the fact that they brought it up. If you've seen our last couple videos since that was announced, I think Roman Reigns should be pulled from the match. I don't think it makes any sense to do a month's worth of build for a match that Roman Reigns is not going to be involved in until the match happens.
Yeah.
So Seth was very adamant about that and said he just wanted a one-on-one match against Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose came out and they talked for a bit, and Ambrose is like, I don't really care who I'm facing, I just know that I'm walking out champion. And then we had both AJ Styles and John Cena respectively come out and try to add themselves to the match. AJ at one point was trying to take Roman Reigns' spot. And eventually Cena comes out and he's looking to make it a fatal five-way for the WWE Championship. Stephanie says no.
She has a solution.
Yes. Because apparently Roman Reigns is still going to be in the match. There was no talk of pulling him out of the match in any business capacity. It was all like, oh, he should be out. No, I'll take his place, blah, blah, blah. Stephanie didn't say shit.
No.
But she decides that we're going to have two matches tonight.
She did say that the only thing more embarrassing than Roman Reigns' suspension is the fact that Dean Ambrose is still the WWE Champion.
She's very upset with the fact that Dean Ambrose is the champion. Which she actually had another promo later. We'll talk about that in just a second. So she makes the matches. She makes John Cena versus Seth Rollins, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. If Seth Rollins and or AJ Styles win their match, they get added to the main event
Cena.
of what did I say? Did I say Seth Rollins? John Cena, that's the one.
Seth Rollins was the guy who won.
Yes, he's already in the match. If John Cena and or AJ Styles win their match, they get added to the main event of Battleground. So we could end up having a fatal February.
Spoiler alert.
We already talked about it.
We said that they didn't win, so.
Yeah. And Dean Ambrose had another thing earlier. He was going into his match against AJ Styles, and Stephanie came in and told him how embarrassed she was, and that maybe AJ Styles will win and he'll get put in the match, and I'll be one step closer to getting rid of this nightmare that is you as the champion. But Dean knows that deep down inside she actually really likes him.
Both of the matches were really, really, really good, though.
Yes, they were. Yeah, no, I think all the matches for the most part were really solid on this, except for the two that ended in count-out. Let's knock those ones out real quick.
All right.
Titus O'Neil versus Rusev.
Boo.
Titus assaulted Rusev again before the bell started.
Cheap ass.
They fought for a while.
Bitch.
They double clotheslined each other on the outside, and then Rusev tried to run at Titus. Titus
come at me,
moved,
bro.
And he threw Rusev into the timekeeper's table. He got back in. Rusev lost by countout. This probably means that Titus O'Neil will get another shot at the U.S. Championship at Battleground.
Yeah, the one thing is, like, JBL was, like, saying, oh, this is going to give him a chance to get the title shot that he wanted. And I'm like, wait a minute, JBL. Didn't he already have the title shot that he wanted?
Yeah, and he lost. Like, fair and square. Like, Rusev didn't even cheat. He just lost.
Because he's a fucking loser. Right in front of his kids. He's a loser disappointment now.
And then we had, what led into this other match is Corporate Kane made his return.
Yeah.
once again trying to put his name in the hat. He thought maybe with the fact that Shane wasn't on Raw, he'd have a better chance of getting the job of being the SmackDown general manager. So he was talking to Stephanie.
I don't think he remembers that, like, his outing with the Authority didn't end on the greatest of terms.
That's true. Stephanie was like, no, I'm going to be running. Everyone's fighting over who's going to run SmackDown. Which is weird because I think back when we first did the brand splits, everyone was fighting over who was going to run Raw. So,
it's a new exciting thing because everyone wants to be on the show that's going live for the first time.
For the first time, okay, makes sense.
On the USA Network on Tuesday.
So, in the midst of Corporate Kane trying to get this job, The Miz and Maurice make their return. They're fresh off of the set of Marine 5.
And shocker, The Miz is a whiny bitch.
What? But Kane has a solution. He says, you know what? If I were running SmackDown or if I was running Raw, I would think that having my Intercontinental Champion out for a few weeks now, that he should be defending his championship, since it's supposed to every 30 days there's supposed to be a title defense.
Yeah.
Unless you're Brock fucking Lesnar. So Stephanie's like, you know what? That's a good idea. We're gonna do that. And Miz, you're not gonna know who your opponent is.
Oh snap!
Guess who Miz's opponent was? Kane.
We already said that earlier too.
Yeah.
So if you guessed wrong, you're kind of dumb.
And so Miz.
Just shooting straight today.
Miz and Kane had their match, and then Maurice had a seizure and she fell off the apron and hurt her ankle. And so Miz decided instead of trying to fight Kane, he was going to
like a movie hero.
He's going to protect his wife and take her to the back, make sure she was okay. Kane wins by countout. We find out that Maurice was acting the whole time.
I'm going to laugh if both of these countout wins result in Kane and Titus O'Neil both getting championship matches at Battleground.
And they both win.
Because they both fuck that. Kane can win both.
Kane's going to be a double champion because fuck Titus O'Neil. Anyway.
Darren Young wins.
Oh.
Cesaro got dizzy.
Yeah. So we had the women's tag team match, which was good. Our favorite,
good opening match. Too.
Yes. Yeah. Our favorite team, Sasha Banks and Paige.
Wifey.
They made a pretty damn good team. Charlotte was just trying to stay out of the ring anytime Sasha was in there, since we're probably heading that way for a one-on-one title match here pretty soon. But yeah, Sasha Banks and Paige made a fantastic team, and it really worked to their advantage at the end because Charlotte pulled Sasha out of the ring as she was trying to finish the match against Dana.
And then Paige's foot teleported into Charlotte's face.
Yeah, Charlotte goes for a clothesline that Sasha ducks out of the way, and she meets Paige's foot right in the corner.
Yeah, Paige's foot like warps around the ring post.
Yeah.
Pow.
And so Charlotte's
Pow,
down.
right in the kisser.
Charlotte's down. Sasha heads back in. Queen of the Roll-Up tries to go for a small package. Sasha kicks out, ends up hitting the bank, or actually catches a kick, and then pulls Dana down into a lifting knee of her own, and then hits the bank statement and gets Dana Brooke to tap out.
Is it sexist if I want to call it a no package?
No, it's not. Okay. Enzo and Cass beat a couple of jobbers. I don't remember what their names were. It was literally one got booted.
It was 3 moves.
Yeah, it was.
Enzo hit one, Cass kicked the other one,
and then air Enzo, and then they win.
Yeah, the bottom boom.
No, we're not saying that bullshit on our show. No.
Too late.
It's bleeped out. It wasn't even there. I didn't hear it, so it wasn't said. Then the Social Outcasts, who also are hot off of the set from the Marine 5, make their return to Monday Night Raw.
But not whiny bitches like The Miz.
No.
They're hard.
They're hard bitches?
Sure. They can be hard bitches.
They decide that they want to pick a fight with Enzo and Cass. It didn't work out too well for Heath Slater, who got booted in the face by Cass. But Bo and Curtis were smart. They decided we don't want to deal with that. We're just going to carry Slater to the back. They got called soft. So I think we have a new tag team feud we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, I think this is coming off the heels of the fact that there are rumors that I think Simon Gotch might be injured.
Really?
Something that happened at a live event over the weekend.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Which might make sense for the fact that Enzo and Cass went against jobbers and had the social outcasts come banter. Or it just could be a cool thing for the social outcasts that the Vaudevilles just didn't get a chance to be on Raw.
Maybe. A couple other... okay, so one other match that was interesting just with the teams. You know, it's a great thing we broke up the League of Nations.
Yeah.
They never have to team up again until you get Alberto and Sheamus teaming up against the interesting combination of Cesaro and Apollo Crews.
Yeah, the big story in this match is that with the exception of Apollo Crews and Cesaro, like every pairing in this match have like some sort of tension. Where Crews and Sheamus have been feuding, Cesaro and Del Rio are still beefing off of
almost dying in Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Money in the Bank, and Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio both blame each other over the League of Nations collapsing.
Which was ultimately the reason this match ended, was Alberto...
Because Del Rio made a huge face turn.
Yeah, yeah. He slapped the shit out of Sheamus, which apparently tagged Sheamus in. He then hit an enziguri on Sheamus, which knocked Sheamus down, and then he walked the fuck away.
And the crowd popped.
Did they?
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, then Apollo, who was on the outside, actually drop kicks the stairs that hits Sheamus again. He gets thrown back in the ring. Crews hits the Crews missile, and him and Cesaro pick up the win.
Yeah, to see Crews do the toss, spin, powerbomb on Sheamus is impressive.
Yeah, Sheamus is a big dude. And then one match that never actually happened, we were going to get Summer Rae versus Becky, but...
Becky with the red hair.
But Natty was at ringside, and Becky didn't want to fight Summer. She wanted to beat the shit out of Natty.
Yeah, she made a beeline around the ring to the commentary table and just tackled Natalya out of the seat.
She punched the chair a couple of times. She was just so frustrated.
The ref was pulling her away, and she was still swinging, so she like hits the chair.
And it was a good little lady brawl, which was
she kept saying she was going to slap her head off.
Yeah. Was it? I thought. I'm not sure what I thought she was saying. I don't remember thinking I heard that though. Slap her head off?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she was saying. I'm going to slap your head off.
If anybody can do it, it's Becky with the good hair.
I bet that's going to be Battleground pre-show match.
Maybe. All right. So we had two talk segments on this.
Yeah.
We'll do that before we talk about our two Battleground intense matches here. First off, we have the highlight reel with both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Jericho playing extra heel on this one. Blaming both of them for Dean Ambrose winning the Money in the Bank.
More specifically, blaming them for him not winning.
Not winning Money in the Bank, so he can't face Dean Ambrose, who put 69 tags in his body.
Yeah, it's one of these things that makes Jericho so good at his position is that he's doing the talk segment to put over Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' feud, but at the same time he's trying to use it as look at me.
Yeah, he's using it as a soapbox.
Woe is me.
Yeah.
So it's just a great use of a character. Jericho's really good at doing that. As like, even though this feud has absolutely zero to do with Chris Jericho, he's able to bring it around and make it about himself.
Yes. Jericho is good at being selfish. But I loved the interaction between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens here. Because we've literally been watching
Kevin Owens got beat.
Both of them really did. Like, Sami started it, saying
he did.
That, he wanted Owens to finally admit that the reason he attacked him in NXT was because he was jealous and that he felt like Sami was better than him because he got signed a year and a half before Sami Zayn did. And Owens is like, no, I did that because it was business. It was a smart career move for me.
Which is what he's been saying the whole time.
Yeah. And then he brings out the realization...
That's his story, and he's sticking to it.
Yeah. He brings out the realization that when he got signed, Sami was upset because Kevin Owens' success came at the expense of Sami Zayn. So, in reality, Kevin Owens has always been a better friend to Sami Zayn.
Owens was excited when Zayn got signed, but Sami Zayn wasn't excited when Kevin Owens won the NXT Championship.
So, I mean, obviously he got, Owens attacked him, so, it's hard to be excited when you get attacked by your best friend, but Kevin Owens kind of brings up a point. And so Sami Zayn says, let's do this one more time at Battleground because we know that neither of our careers are going anywhere if we don't stop fighting each other. And Owens is ready for it. He's all in. And then Jericho decides to make it about himself once again.
Yeah.
And he gets a super kick and a haluva kick at the same time. And then
he drank it in. He's gonna be drinking.
He's gonna be drinking everything for a while. Yeah. So and then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens just kind of walk away. I was expecting a full-on brawl between the two.
Yeah, I didn't even expect them to talk. I expected Sami to get in the ring and they were just gonna hit in the middle and fight. I guess maybe Becky and Natalya beat him to it.
Yeah, it was directly after the Becky Natty fight. So, hey, it was a good new level for these two guys. But then we had our really weird talk segment, which was started by the New Wyatts, which was the New Day dressed up as the Wyatt, kind of dressed up as the Wyatt family. Woods and Kofi were dressed up as Harper and Rowan.
Yeah.
And Big E was dressed up as a hillbilly. He had a beard, he had overalls, and a straw hat, and that was his...
And he had a unicorn horn Freddy Krueger glove.
Yeah. Kofi had a unicorn horn through the sheep mask. Woods looked like a small black Luke Harper.
Which essentially just kind of made him look like a clean R-Truth. You gotta remember, R-Truth did the wife beater thing for a while.
Oh yeah, especially when it was K-Quick.
Yeah, and so wife.
That's who it was. He was K-Quick.
Yeah.
K-Quick joined the Wyatt family. So this was interesting because we're still.
It does bring something forward in my head though, realizing that he played Luke Harper, because nobody played Braun Strowman in the group. I kept thinking, unless Big E was trying to be Strowman because he had the big beard going on. But we've been having this thing, and it comes up again in this promo that Xavier Woods is afraid of or has some weird thing about the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
But then I realized maybe subconsciously that's why he was portraying a member of the Wyatt family who wasn't actually there.
Interesting.
Sort of if I'm going to portray one, I'm going to portray one that can't be there to get pissed off at me.
Oh, maybe. Because his whole thing was he was trying to play this segment safe, because after they had talked for a while, he was trying to wrap it up.
Yeah.
He was trying to go straight into the New Day Rocks, because that's usually the end of their promo.
Yeah.
And so he was trying to urge them along, but Kofi's like, no, this is a roast, and we are roasting the Wyatt family for the rest of the show. And
which could have been funny.
I would have watched it. But the Wyatts come out.
Kofi had a big butt enhancer in his Rowan outfit.
Yeah. And Big E just looked fucking ridiculous. He looked like Black Hillbilly Jim is what he looked like.
Yeah.
So the
Hillbilly Rick James, bitch.
So the Wyatts come out, and Bray Wyatt is, he's asking each of them, like, what they think. I can't remember what he was asking each of them, but he got to Xavier Woods. Oh, because he asked if Xavier Woods agreed with what they were saying about the Wyatt family.
It's the power of positivity.
Yeah.
It's talking about...
It's a way of life.
Bray is saying that the power of positivity is a lie.
Yeah.
Because
the world is an evil place filled with evil people.
If somebody loses their job, what is the power of positivity going to get them?
Yeah.
If somebody's starving, what is the power of positivity going to get them? And, Kofi and Big E sticking up for the POP.
Yeah.
And then Xavier Woods really just kind of not leaning one way or the other, trying to seem like he's trying to stay completely neutral about it.
He gets really quiet and Bray calls him out, and then Bray's like, "Hey, don't worry," and then he starts backing up, and it's just
he said that he's just playing another one of their games.
Yeah,
which is weird.
It's a very interesting storyline that we have here with these two groups.
Yeah, the one thing I like about it is it's just one of the biggest clashes in dynamic that you can have.
Yeah,
two stables in WWE.
Yeah, polar opposites of each other, and then you just have this weird issue with Xavier Woods, who just, I don't know. There's something about the Wyatt family that entrances him and or scares him.
Yeah, and then after this whole segment was over, the New Day met with Renee Young backstage, still talking about the Wyatts, still putting the shade on the Wyatts, but like a minute in, Xavier Woods just walks away.
Yeah, and Kofi and E are both extremely confused as to why he's just walking away. So I'm very intrigued where this is going, but I think if this does end up being a tag team title match, I think this actually plays maybe to the strength of the New Day, because Woods doesn't usually wrestle the tag team title matches. So the fact that you do have Kofi and Big E are both still very much in their own mindset. They have a strong ability to still defend the titles, but they don't have that hype man in their corner, and the Wyatts do have a third member that knows what their goal is.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see where these teams come to a head and what ends up happening in a match like that.
I'm just curious why Woods is so paranoid.
Yeah, I am too.
But what I like is we know that the New Day have a lot of their own creative freedom. And it seems like Bray Wyatt has a lot of his own creative freedom in a way that's like, not so much creative freedom, because a lot of the times he just kind of gets dropped in a storyline and has to make it work.
Yeah, but I think that everything he comes up with is his own creation.
Yeah, so...
No one's writing a Bray Wyatt promo.
I think this is a cool combination of groups, because you have a lot of people in WWE who are the free thinkers that work for themselves collaborating now.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I'm very interested where this ends up going. Let's talk about our two matches with the Battleground implications in mind here. Seth Rollins versus John Cena. I realized when this match happened, this was one of the last big matches Seth Rollins had before he got injured last year at SummerSlam. Still really good chemistry between the two. They had a couple of wonky spots.
It happens.
Both of them whiffed a couple of moves, but...
It's one of those things is... It's almost to be expected, because this is like the second match back for both these guys.
Yeah. And it's
or maybe third match for Rollins, but because he won against Sami Zayn on SmackDown.
Right.
But I mean, we're talking two guys who...
Well, Cena winning against Carl Anderson last week.
Okay, yeah, so third match back for both these guys. So you have that thing that, I mean, sure, these guys are super professional wrestlers. They don't really ever take a step back, even when they are gone for a while. But, I mean, yeah, they were both gone since last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a good chance when you pick the two guys who were just both gone for months and months, and then put them together, that you do have that slightly extra room for error.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like, oh, you can say like, oh, Cena, whiffed a thing because, he's been gone for a while and he's not back in the swing of things, or same thing for Rollins. It's like, both of them were in there, so you're doubling the chance of that happening.
Yeah. But for the most part, a great match. Both guys went out there, killed it. We had Cena actually going for an STF. Looked like he very well could have had Seth Rollins tap out, because Seth almost got to the ropes. He ended up pulling him back and tried to put him back in the STF. And as he tried, the club made their way down to ringside. So John Cena was a little wary about what was happening. Then got real freaked out because AJ actually jumped up on the apron. He went for a swing, and as he did, AJ jumped back down. This gave Seth Rollins a chance to turn Cena around, hit him with the pedigree, and Seth Rollins solidifies that John Cena will not be in the main event at Battleground.
I appreciated that the pedigree was one and done.
Yes.
For Cena.
Yeah.
Didn't kick out of the pedigree.
Yeah. And then moving on to our main event, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. A lot of people saying this is a first time ever, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they did run into each other somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Good chemistry for a first time meeting.
Yeah. No, I appreciated the clash of styles, but no pun intended.
I also enjoyed the deeds that were dirty.
Fuck you.
I just thought we were inverting the finisher.
No, I was gonna say something, then you just went with your.
My favorite part of the whole match, and it's just like, it's not that impressive, and it's just such a simple little nuance in the match, was that AJ went for his strike combo, which he's been doing since he started in WWE.
Right.
Which, was one of the first things that immediately got over, because he knocked the Miz's tooth out doing it during one of his first matches.
Indeed.
And he finishes that with a spinning back fist. And I like that Dean Ambrose actually put his arm up and blocked the back fist, which caused AJ Styles not to fully rotate all the way around, and then he was able to just jump up and give him a neck breaker.
Yeah.
From that position.
Yeah, it was really cool to see, these two guys actually, working off of each other, still in that WWE style.
Yeah. So
I'd really like to see these two one-on-one for the championship actually just let them fucking go.
Yeah, and you saw a little bit of that, because there was at one point AJ had Ambrose in the corner and he was just rocking him with forearms.
Oh yeah, no.
And there's Rollins, who was on commentary, was mentioned that it's one of the least talked about things about AJ Styles is how proficient he is at striking people.
Yeah, no, and that's why the Styles Crash is a new finisher for him, is because he does make that his own. And he is very proficient in that, in the striking ability. But
for those of you who haven't been playing along, that's what we call the Phenomenal Forearm, is the Styles Crash.
Because the Phenomenal Forearm's just kind of a really boring name.
Too many syllables.
Yeah. Styles Crash sounds way cooler. So, in similar fashion to the Cena Rollins match,
Shocker.
Gallows and Anderson make their way down to ringside.
I thought of a more. Was it this one? No. Yes. Maybe. I don't remember.
He doesn't know.
The fuck am I talking about?
I don't know. Well.
No, I was thinking of. I thought of a more clever finish for the Cena Rollins match, which is when the club came out. They should have attacked Rollins. They just got Cena disqualified.
Yeah, Rollins immediately was very worried when the club came down, because they obviously would have been helping AJ, and that would add AJ to the match. So he was actually rooting for Dean Ambrose, which was very strange.
It was fun to listen to, though.
So yeah, he was
like, yeah, Dean, because at one point AJ basically shoulder blocks Dean Ambrose's leg while he's in midair.
Yeah.
And uses that as a precursor to start working over the leg for the calf crusher.
Mm-hmm.
And You just hear Rollins like, get to the ropes, Dean, get to the ropes.
Yeah.
You know, come on, you can do it. But then like when he's done cheering for him, he just like is disgusted with himself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very strange situation that Rollins finds himself in during this match. But so when the club comes down, this very quickly brings Cena down, who takes out both Gallows and Anderson. AJ tries to goad Cena to come into the ring, cause the disqualification, obviously putting him in the title match. Cena doesn't do that because Ambrose ends up back-rolling AJ. Schoolboy style, backs him up. He rolls back up on his feet. Dirty Deeds catches AJ Styles. AJ Styles gets pinned, and so we remain with our triple threat main event for Battleground.
So many extra people trying to be in this match, and nobody's succeeding.
But we did have Rollins hit Ambrose with 2 pedigrees in the ring, while the club beat the crap out of Styles, and Gallows and Anderson hit the Magic Killer up on the stage.
Yeah.
So, I'm very interested if we're going to see some sort of 8-man tag or some. I don't know. I'm thinking Cena is probably going to end up teaming with the Usos in some form to face the club, because the Usos are the only other people that really have issues with the club. Especially.
I'd rather see him team with Enzo and Cass.
I would too, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, especially now we have Enzo and Cass going after the Social Outcasts.
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass are my number 1 pick to team with Cena, but it's more likely going to be the Usos because we did have the Jimmy versus AJ last week on SmackDown. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere down the line we see the club and Seth Rollins take on John Cena, Dean Ambrose, and the Usos in an 8-man tag match.
I'd like to see them totally spin it and have them do the club versus John Cena, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins.
I'm okay with that too. But that is it for the Raw review. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Check that out. I said it with my eyes closed.
Good job. Be sure to share the video with your friends, your neighbors, your grandmas, your grandpas, your aunts, uncles, whatever. If you know someone who likes wrestling, share us with them. The best way you can share is on all the social media links that we have down in the description.
Put the video on repeat and then turn your volume down and just let it go.
Yeah, that's fine. And
is that cheating?
No. Shh, shut up. Also, if you just want to watch all of our videos that way. Actually, first off, if you don't want to watch our videos, if you want to listen to us, click the podcast link down in the description.
Yeah.
But if you do want to watch us, you just let the playlist keep playing, because at the end of the week, we're going to have some extra videos in there. We'll have all of our regular reviews in there.
Yeah.
All of them.
The ones we always do.
The same ones.
There's 4 of them every week.
The usual ones.
We bring you guys a lot of content.
We do. We try. We try very hard. So you know what they are.
So
check them out.
Sending us money or something.
Yeah.
More views.
Thanks for the new subscribers. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the shares on all the different social medias. We appreciate you as well.
Yeah.
But
I see all them people checking out new views on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Facebook page views. We got more subscribers on the YouTube channel. We got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Check out the Instagram. We got pictures and stuff. Man Crush Monday with Steve Carino.
It was.
Check it out.
Tag Team Tuesday is to be determined.
I already know who it is.
Who is it?
It's the Motor City Machine Guns.
It is.
Check it out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah. Fuck Titus O'Neil.
Yeah. Abusive. Just. God.
Cheap shot, swinging, stupid motherfucker.
Woof.
You don't even know what a bark sounds like. Woo woo. That's how French comic book artists illustrate how dogs bark.
Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Yoing.
Fuck Titus O'Neil.
Yoing.
Not that way.